everybody. It's doing as what you probably all are doing as well, is pressing cross on all the little things that's telling us it's live streaming. So I can see all your lovely faces. Hello, welcome to another day at the Daily Antidote Song. Today, day 1969, the year my father was born. The very cool year. Welcome everybody. We are again coming live from TradMad at Pinewoods. We'll say hello to everybody in the special Pinewood Square in a second. But let's say some glorious hellos to you all who have joined us here today. First of all, Candice is doing a lot today for Daily Antidote. Thank you for helping us make this stream go wonderfully. Thank you so much. Let's go through and say hello. We say hello to Diane in BC and Sydney in San Francisco, Sheila in Florida, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Wonderful to see you. Bob, Mabel and the Bears, or Bob and the Bears, Massachusetts. Nice to see you. Neil in Boston, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Gary in Massachusetts. Nice to see you. Nancy, nice to see you here as well. Nan in Michigan, wonderful to see you. Sue in Seattle and Annette in California and Fred in Maryland, nice to see you all here. Marion in Brighton in the UK and Athena in Brooklyn, lovely to see you. Thank you for keeping us on track with our numbers. Carolyn in DC and Delhi in Maryland and Anne in Maryland and Arlene in Berkeley and Phil and William in what I'm assuming is Newcastle, not Newcastle. There we go, corrected. Perfect. Nice to see you. Let me go through. Okay, Kay in Texas, lovely to see you. Where are we? Oh, it keeps moving. People keep joining. You're all so nice. Tony in San Jose, nice to see you. Elizabeth in California, Olga in London, Heidi, wonderful to see you. Susan in Tacoma Park, lovely to see you as well. And Storm in Massachusetts, wonderful to see you. Welcome to another magical day here at the Daily Antidote. And we have another double song leader day, which is absolutely magical. And we have a lot of wonderful humans there greeting us from TradMad at Pinewoods. Hello, everybody. We'll maybe go around and say hello to everybody in the square properly in a minute. But you know, this is a whole singing thing. So I reckon, Sally, you up for starting us off with a song?
Well, you betcha. This is a song I wrote for our local Habitat for Humanity. And I'm going to sing the chorus once, and then I'm going to sing the chorus a second time. When I sing the chorus a second time, join in. Unless you already know it, in which case, join in on the first time through. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. Your turn. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. A house of warmth, a house just right, a house to keep away the darkest night, a house of hope, a house of peace, a house where all within may safely sleep. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. A house of dignity, a house without shame, a house with walls bearing all our names, a house that's built to remind us all of how we are connected, whether great or small. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. It seems so simple, it seems so sweet. A roof above you, enough food to eat. In this richest nation, on this world of care, how much do we need to have enough to share? We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this again. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. We will build this house. Thank you. I want to thank my friend Jules Peiperl, because we met here at this wonderful place, and they are such a wonderful singer that I said, "Hey, Jules, would you sing with me today?" And she said yes. And people here always say yes. So it's a wonderful place to be, and a wonderful place to share music. And I thank you very much for singing. And all these folks who just happened to wander by and who have been here all week and will continue to be here all week.
I was going to say, you all look remarkably sort of well slept. I guess there's not been as much late night partying since I'm not there this week.
Yeah, it's your fault. We need you.
It's not a party without you, Alex.
Can you tell us a bit about that song, Sally? What an incredible song.
Well, thank you. I wrote it for our local Habitat for Humanity, and I was at the Vanilla Bean Cafe. I was going to play a benefit concert for them, and I was sitting eating my dinner, and it was another napkin song, actually. I had a napkin and a pen, and every now and then, doesn't happen with every song, but every now and then one drops out of the sky and into your lap, and if you don't have a pen and a paper with you, you're out of luck. So I wrote it down real quickly, and 10 minutes later sang it in the concert. So and it changed. It's changed a little bit since then, but not much. And I also was asked to submit something for the Simon Something Award. It's a Unitarian hymnal kind of award, and I submitted this song, and I got into the last round. I didn't win, but I got into the last round, and I do think this is a good song for that hymnal. But that's it.
I mean, it just I love, there was some of the words in that were just, I mean, all of it was glorious, but that, like, the house to remind us, building our connections, and a house of dignity without shame. That was just like, oh, oof.
Well, thank you.
And
I think also, yeah, I don't have that napkin. That one disappeared. But when I sing that song, I think we have a really dear friend who lives in Hartford, and has 4 kids and lived in subsidized housing, and oh God, she needed a house. She needed to get out of that particular space, and I just was praying that someday she could have a habitat house, and actually she ended up able to buy a house, and she now has her own place, and it's a wonderful thing. But I still think of her when I sing this song.
Yeah, that's magic, absolutely magical. So you're here with a bunch of lovely people who have wandered by. I wonder if the people behind could say their first name and where they're from, so we can welcome
Let me introduce you to Al. This is Al, Aloysius, who usually is one of the windows in Zoom, and so now, folks, you get to see him in situ, right? And this is Diane, and here we have Suzanne, who's very involved in the Folk Song Society of Greater Boston, and is helping set up a concert that Howie and I are doing on November 15th at the West Roxbury UU Church. And this is Mac, who has got the best bass voice on campus. And this is Jules Peiperl, and they are with us today singing.
And I believe it's Massachusetts, New York.
That's right. Go in New York. And Connecticut. Oh, and I wanted to also say you have an awful lot of Ithaca people in the listening audience, and I want to mention that Howie and I will be playing in Ithaca on September 27th for La La Land concerts. It's a house concert series.
Oh, magic. I was going to say there's one other main character in the background which doesn't get a mention always.
Joe Rossi.
Joe Rossi. Hello, come and say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Despite your name.
Joe doesn't want to be on camera today.
I'm good.
On camera, that's fine. Now, one thing I do know is that Jules is in one of my favorite harmony groups, Aranzo Boys. And I do know that you might have a song for us. Would you do a song for us, Jules?
I sure will, yes. The Ranzo Boys, I should probably say this after I do the song, but the Ranzo Boys are actually headlining the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival this year.
Woo!
So come see us and buy our CD.
When is that?
It is September 27th when you. So depending on which one you're nearer to. Okay, this is a song that is based on an entirely true story, and all of the details in it are true. So the quotes of things people said and the specifics, entirely true. The only thing that is not potentially true is the central fact, which is hotly debated. The way that this works is that I say old rip, and you say old rip. I say the horned toad, you say the horned toad. You can say horny toad if you want to, but his government name is Old Rip the Horned Toad. Old Rip, the horned toad.
The horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
The horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
The horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
The horned toad.
Well, West Texas has a legend that's always been around, that them horny toads can hibernate for decades underground. Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
The horned toad.
Well, it was 1897, little Willie caught a toad, and he named him Rip Van Winkle when he found him in the road. Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Well, them Texas toads are hardy, Willie's papa starts to think, so he locked him in a time capsule with a Bible and a drink. Old Rip, the horned toad.
The horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Well, Eastland built a courthouse and they buried Rip inside. With no air or food or water, the little fella surely died. Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Well, it was 31 years later, the old courthouse it came down, so they went to find the time capsule and invited their whole town. Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
15, they were slinging bricks and metal, and it surely was a slog, till they lifted up the cornerstone and hollered, "There's the frog!" Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad.
Horned toad.
1,500 people held their breath to see if Rip survived, till he blinked his eye, he twitched his toe. By God, he was alive! Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad. Well, this stunt made old Rip famous and a legend in their eyes, and they toured him round the country up to his little horns in flies. Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad. They even brought him to the White House for old Coolidge to inspect. Well, Calvin wouldn't touch him, but he poked him with his specs. Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad. Well, old Rip died shortly after, but his legend conquers all. He's the horned hero of Eastland on display in City Hall. Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad. Old Rip, the horned toad.
That's great.
Yours, everybody.
Oh man.
Now, where on God's earth did that come from? What?
I wrote it.
You wrote it.
I wrote it. Yeah.
A true story.
Yes. Flannery Brown sent me the Wikipedia page for Old Rip the Horned Toad, which I highly recommend reading, and the whole song is based on the Wikipedia page. If you're ever looking for a fun, challenging, concise way to write a true story song, if you look at the Wikipedia page for A Strange Happening, it has all the information you need for a song. You don't get, like, more information than you need. So, like, them saying there's the frog when they found him, that is true. Calvin poking him with his glasses, that is true. It's all there. And I was like, this has to be a song. And truly, Flannery sent me that, and I was at work, and I went and locked myself in the bathroom for 20 minutes and wrote the whole song, and then went back to what I was doing.
That's great.
It needed to be wrote. And I've done it with, like, a whole band. It's very fun.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now you went to lock yourself in the bathroom. Did you do in a similar Sally Rogers way and write it on tissue?
I'm not adept at tissue writing. I tend to write things down. So what I do when I write songs, which I actually highly recommend, is I sing them to write them, and then I keep singing them. Yep. And lyrics that drop out as I'm singing them are probably lyrics that weren't as good or that I didn't need. And then once I have sung it into, like, a verse or something, into some amount of cohesion, then I write it down. Because then I'm not scratching things out and stuff.
Might I point out that they're younger than I am, and I'm 71. I write them down.
Yes. Yeah. If you need to write it down immediately, write it down immediately. And what I'll usually do also is, if I've thought of something, I will immediately make a voice memo of it so that it doesn't leave my consciousness.
That's a really
and never
good
return.
idea. Voice memos are the most wonderful machine that have been invented lately.
Yes.
And I do think 1 year at TradMad, Sally, maybe when I'm back, is you need to do a workshop on how to write on tissue style objects, because that's a skill. That's
to answer the question in the chat, the fact that is in question is, did this horned toad, which is actually a type of lizard, did he actually survive buried in a box underground for 31 years with a bottle of scotch and a copy of the Bible? And
It was definitely pickled.
My assumption is no, they switched him out with a different frog because it had become such a big thing by the time that they pulled him out. But maybe.
You never know. Scotch
You never know.
Powerful.
Stranger things have happened.
His body was on display in a case in the courthouse of Eastland forever, and there were several different instances where it was stolen.
Oh my God.
And then held for ransom. And then one time, somebody went in there and was looking at it and picked it up by its leg, and the leg broke off. So he had 3 legs, and then at one point he went missing and was returned, but the frog that was returned had 4 legs. So, mysteries abound.
Yeah, that is great.
And when I sang that at Harmony Week at Pinewoods here, somebody came up to me afterward and said, I am from Eastland, Texas. How on earth do you know that story? And I said, you'll never guess.
Have you been there? Have you seen it?
No. No, I'm familiar with the Wikipedia article and now also with the account of this person who is from Eastland, which was very lovely.
It's a sojourn you'll have to make, you know.
There's a digital pilgrimage we all need to make to Wikipedia to learn more, and there's also a physical pilgrimage for you to go and visit this the 4th version of this toad that is now on display.
Yes, it's the toad of Theseus. It keeps being replaced in parts.
Magic. Well, I am fully aware because I know how much trouble we all get in that soon y'all have to go and have your lunch. Otherwise, we'll get in trouble for keeping you away from lunch. But Sally.
Oh, should we sing it one more time?
Yeah, before we sing though, just quickly remind us that both of you have gigs coming up that you want people to know about. Can you tell us one more time very quickly?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be playing in Ithaca, and on September 27, I believe. Claudia Schmidt and I are going to be playing at the Me and Thee. I don't know the exact date. It's first weekend in October, and so we'll be playing there. And then on November 15th, Howie and I will be playing. Oh, in West Roxbury. Yeah. So,
and Sally's links, just like Jules' links, are all in the chat. So all of the dates you can find by following
just go to my calendar. I actually was good, and I wrote them all on the calendar before I came here. So I'm up to date.
And my band, the Ranzo Boys, Ranzo Boys, will be headlining the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is a delight every year, the 27th, 28th, 29th of September.
Wow.
Beautiful. All right, let's sing this marvelous song of yours, Sally, one more time before we
sing
send
right
you
away?
to lunch.
Okay, sure. Here we go. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. A house of warmth, thank you. A house just right. A house to keep away the darkest night. A house of hope. A house of peace. A house where all within may safely sleep. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. A house that's built to remind us all of how we are connected, whether great or small. A house of dignity, a house without shame, a house with walls bearing all our names. We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. It seems so simple, it seems so sweet. A roof above you, enough food to eat. In this richest nation, on this world of care, how much do we need to have enough to share? We will build this house with the strength of our arms, with the love of our neighbors. We will build this house. We will build this house as a shelter from all harm. With the open door of justice, we will build this house. We will build this house. Thank you.
Chloe and Jules and all our friends at Pinewoods, thank you so much.
Thank you, and all of you in the
Send you
listening
away.
audience, go check out Pinewoods Camp and come next year. It's a gas.
I will do my best. Lovely to see you all. Now I need to shoo you off to go and have lunch so we don't get into trouble.
Bye.
Go and have lunch.
All right.
Bye,
all
Alex.
right.
We love you.
Bye. We love
While
you.
you go up and say goodbye and go to lunch, let's have a quick look at who we have coming up for the rest of the week here at the Daily Antidote of Song. We got a magical week. Another 2 days coming from TradMad here at Pinewoods. Tomorrow we have the wonderful Armand from the Vox Hunters singing with us. And then who knows what else might happen that day as well. You never know. And then Joe Jenks and Andy Davis are also coming with us on Thursday. I will be hosting those 2 days live from Pinewoods. I was supposed to be there this week, but due to the joys of chronic health conditions, I'm not. So this is my little moment to be here at Pinewoods. And then we have some wonderful TradMad friends of previous years. We have Gina Forsyth and Reggie Harris coming later in the week, and then starting a new week with the wonderful Tret Fior. So it's going to be an absolutely magical week. Joe will take that down so I can say goodbyes in just a second. I know you're distracted, but that's perfectly fine because that's the joy of Pinewoods. It's going to be a magical week. Thank you all so much for always just keeping this community wonderful and magical. It's so nice, especially this week, not being able to be at Pinewoods and having all of you amazing people to hang out with and having this opportunity to sort of be within the woods without being in the woods. It's rather magical. So thank you all so much for that. And let's say our fond farewells. Thank you again to our wonderful performers, Jules and Sally, and our wonderful choir in the background who have now gone off to lunch. And I'll try and be quick, Joe, so you can get to go to lunch as well and get a good seat. Can we have a big thank you to Candice for all your work for Daily Antidote? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The posting of the lyrics of Jules' song was a particular hardship, so thank you for posting that one line as well. Can we say a nice goodbye and thank you for coming along to Diane in BC. Lovely to see you. Sydney in San Francisco. Sheila in Florida. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Amanda and Miles, Michigan. Bob, Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Neil in Boston. Ruth and Clive in Birmingham. And Kathleen in Albuquerque. Nancy, nice to see you here. Wonderful to see you here. Sue in Seattle, Annette in California, Fred in Maryland, Jim in Denmark, Marion in Brighton in the UK, Athena in Brooklyn, Caroline in DC, Delhi in Maryland, and Phil and William in Newcastle. Lovely to see you both. Deborah in Kentucky, and Hoda in British Columbia. The Curly Tops outside getting some fresh air in Vermont there. Hello. Susan in Tacoma Park, lovely to see you. Tony in San Jose and Storm in Massachusetts, lovely to see you both. Kat in Vermont, Cricket in Maryland, Anne in Maryland, Gary in Massachusetts, lovely to see you all. Al walking with that group who are just there, walking to lunch. You can see their path to lunch as they walk off. Thank you for joining us. Arlene in Berkeley and Elizabeth in California. Heidi, nice to see you as well. Thank you for coming along. Bob in Albany, LMG in Connecticut, and Moon in Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you all so much for coming along and making this such a magical day. And can we say a big thank you and goodbye to the lovely folks watching on the live streams? And a big hello and thank you for watching to all of those watching in the future in the archives. Magic. Thank you all so much for coming along, and we'll see you again tomorrow on another lovely magical day here at the Daily Antidote of Song. Ciao, ciao, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks so much.